Yo guys, welcome back with another replay submission by Linksy. So, what do we have today is another epic 4-4, except we're fighting of course a little bit in the shadows. And this is my third day because it's caps crashing. However, hopefully it will work. We have the Seleucids over here, more Seleucids over here, Arveni, Masseslyi. What do they bring? Well, it seems they bring the desert cohort components, usually spam, then some Numidian skirmishers. They have Numidian noble infantry over here. This seems to be played on Ultra. Chosen spears with spear nobles, Oathsworn for the Arveni. They have more Oathsworn in the rear. A very solid army, of course, their Celtic Onager, while the Seleucids, Syrian heavy archers, a Gamma cavalry for a general, silver shield swordsman in the front, very expensive but very small army in this guy. He did bring some silver shield pikemen, whereas this guy brought spam silver shield swordsmen. Man, the funds must have been big on this game. Torah spears in the front and Torah swordsmen backing them up. They don't have much siege or other units, but they did bring a large contingent of silver shield swordsmen, which are just they're a solid unit. Meanwhile, the defenders, they had Pontus and Rome decided to put their ballista here to try and withstand the Seleucid players. Rome is then holding on the lines with the usual. I've got a cohort Praetorian Guard, some Syrian archers over here, and Balearic slingers. Then it's supported by the Boiii, who are holding the center gate. It seems over here. Interesting enough, Rome has some auxiliary cavalry ready to charge out, and then there are some sword forwards on each side, which are an interesting unit. Kush is also defending, and Kush is taking up the center part over here, the beachhead, as I would call it. This is a very difficult place to hold, as we saw in one of our last videos, but it is also a very interesting place to hold. Now, I just noticed these boys. I just noticed so many chariots. Hello. Pontus is trying to do something sneaky. Okay. And then Pontus has just bronze shield pikemen over here and a lot of hoplites just to hold the line if they were to fall. Oh, and there is a massive sellout. Ponticroll Cav. 3 units of very expensive cavalry. I was asking myself, where the hell is Pontus? That's going to be very interesting. Pontus also has a little bit of Easter Spearmen in the back. This is going to be one hell of a game. Alright, let's get straight into it. And so, over here, the cav seems to be running out. A lot of cav. 5 units of raw cavalry. It seems to become the meta today. For those of you who watch my live streams, you should have noticed sometime in these days that I've been, not just me, we've been playing as a team with a lot of cavalry, and yesterday, and it probably will come up, we had an insane match. Actually, no, we didn't play that on the live stream. Yeah, there's going to be a really insane match coming up soon, where we lost the defense by seconds. But it was just fantastic. Just something to look forward to. This ballista is doing a lot of damage. It caught fire, but it has whittled down a lot of these Syrian archers, which is really important. And they're doing an all-out assault onto the walls. This ballista, unfortunately, does not have that many clear hits that it can take. It did take a little bit of that army, but that's about it. Ooh, that ballista, that almost got a really good hit. Come on. That was a nice hit. Those Syrian archers, a couple of them died, but that's a nice hit also to the morale. Unfortunately, they focus fired it down with those turrets on top of the walls. Now, ooh, he's hiding them inside the. This is nice. This is cool. This is cool. I would have taken this along with me, actually. By the way, this was submitted by Legido. Fantastic guy, just honestly amazing. I'll link down to the Discord for his group below. He's just an insane person, like insanely cool. I mean, just amazing and really good fun to play with. Not just him, like all the group there. Just check them out and see what they're up to. They usually are up to some really funky games, and yeah, you can have a pretty interesting couple of games with them. So the Seleucids automatically is going for the wall over here, and this one is going to try. I see. This one is going to try and break down the walls with the tortoises, whereas the Torok swordsmen over here are getting on the walls. They can still get down from there if this is broken. Which, yeah, I wouldn't suggest taking this wall in this settlement. Do not take that wall; it's not worth it. And I wouldn't even defend that region. I would just put my archers up here, defend over here, and just see what the magic brings us. This ballista is still firing. No, it's dead as well. Yeah, well, one of the man will glitch on the inside and won't be able to do anything. But yeah, once you get the archers up here, it's very difficult for the enemy to hold. Yeah, in fact, I would actually suggest giving up the wall entirely in this game. Just in this match. Just think of it. Choke point that takes all of that so you can hold on for longer. This you can put a choke point here, and like if you want to even fold further back, you can fold it here, and that's just these two just takes all that. So rather than having all your units spread out, just have a lot of reserve. Okay. They were. Oh, that was a good charge. Apparently, citizen cavalry cannot handle the pressure, and the citizen cavalry has now engaged the Syrian. The Seleucids have not realized yet what is happening to them, and they are gonna get wrecked. This is gonna be an intense charge. This is not a joke. We have 5 units of 60, so that's almost 240 super heavy shock cavalry. They're charging out of the bushes. What the hell is this guy doing? Okay, he's pulling 2 out. Alright, but still, this is gonna be intense. They're pulling out, and there's a perfect shot to the side. There's a very, very good shot to the side. Come on, you can do it. And the charge was initiated. Oh boy. This is difficult to control, but oh, that's side charging those pikemen. That is very, 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 very painful. Those pikemen are about to get really damaged. These are really expensive units of pikemen, and they're getting cycle charged and ping ponged around as if they are made of plasticine. These archers are firing into the Royal Ponticav, but I mean there is going to be damage done, but that damage is going to be mitigated heavily. Now the Boiii and the Romans and the chariots are joining the fun, and they are noticing, and this is what it's been all leading up for. This charge over here into these, that's all what made it worth it. Yep. How many kills? 50 kills. And yeah, now just pull back or keep pushing through. Yep, there you go. Keep charging on ahead. But this unit of Syrian archers is wrecked, and these 2 units of Pontic cavalry are running amok. There's even more Pontic cavalry is brought forward. The Romans and the Boiii are bringing forward their reserves. This is fantastic. Let's check onto the walls. The Kush are holding well. I mean, you would expect this. They have a lot of shotel. I believe they also have a lot of armored shotel back here. That's the case. And they will hold on, especially against Masseslyi and the Arveni. Kush are fantastic against heavily armored Oathsworn. In fact, the Oathsworn are already down at 80. Even though the shotel unit is down to 60, but that is to be expected. Just you don't expect Oathsworn to lose so many on the initial engagements. So these shield bearers are braced, but they're gonna get charged from the side. No, they removed their brace. You never do that. Oof. They still hold because they're really good units, but they're getting rear charge from every which angle. This is fantastic. The Citizen Cav is breaking down. This poor Seleucid player has been pretty much wiped off the map. Straight out of the game. At the same time, he's charged in with his Silver Shield Swordsmen, and they're pushing these Avocado cohort back. These Avocado cohort over here are getting slammed by more Silver Shield Swordsmen, and these guys should retreat because they're going to get caught out. The archers are doing as much damage as they can onto the Store Spears, which are peppering down the This is an intense fight. Holy crap, it's going on everywhere at the same time. The Boiii are fighting. Oh my god, these poor sword followers. These poor sword followers. It seems that the Arveni are capping the gate. The Boiii is not realizing that he's going to start getting a lot of damage there from the gate. He sent some sword followers to help the Kush over here. It seems the wall is sort of being won, but at the same time, this is going to be a very, very, very expensive loss. These spikes are being recharged. I mean, these spikes are all at very, very depleted levels, and yeah, these are just fantastic, fantastic units. I've been really enjoying them. They're a version of the Chaos Lancer, and now there's more support. Oh, and the chariots are coming in. They're gonna get a good rear charge into these shield bearers. The pikemen over here are just huddling together. Now the auxiliary cav is quite slightly faster than this shock cavalry, so they're gonna be being able to catch up with these archers really easily. It seems the Seleucid player just boxed up and is like, nope, I am not getting outside my hole. I am gonna stay in my new boxing. This is expected. New boxing is expected at this stage. I would actually no, I noticed that these guys left a lot of troops available open. I would not attack the heavy skirmishers, but I would try and get to the Oathsworn back here in the rear. This is beautiful. The Pontic cav is now getting very low and very depleted because it has been cycle charging non-stop for a long while. But it has done the damage it needed to do, and these chariots charge in, and the pikes were not in formation. This is horrifying. The chariots just massacred, they ran over these pikes, and these pikes are falling down. Look at how fast that number is falling. They've lost more than half of their strength in one charge, and again they charge into these shield bearers, rip through. Perfect use of chariots. Don't stop them. Keep pushing through. Yep. Yeah, with chariots, it's one of the only units you need to keep clicking them in and out, in and out. Not push them through a blob like this. But if they're on one single unit and they've pretty much charged straight through it, just click, make sure that most of them, those who are disengaged, make their way out. Because otherwise they do not do the damage. Like this guy is gonna die, but you lost one and you've killed so much expensive units. It seems this Seleucid has pretty much been wiped out. The auxiliary cavalry over here is just holding the walls. It seems the Roman has... Damn, the Roman has gotten a lot of kills over here. These have got cohort at a very high kill count. These Syrian archers have massacred a lot. This is what's left of the this Syrian, this army, and this army. Not Syrian, the Seleucids. Well, Seleucids at the end were Syrians. They were pushed all the way from Persia to Syria. The Thorax swords are being shattered, and the Oathsworn are being pushed away. The gate was shattered over here, and there's a fighting between the Boiii and the Oathsworn. The Oathsworn and the Warlords are getting peppered. There's some more sword forwards ready to charge into these chosen spearmen, and the Masseslyi player has committed pretty much everything. He still has some chariots, it seems, armored desert chariots in the rear here, and some elephants, which he's also bringing inside the settlement. What he doesn't know is there are actually more chariots. Yeah, are there? The chariot unit is retreating. Oh my god, look what's left of this. There's nothing left of the Seleucid player. And that was just the first 10 minutes, guys. Just the first 10 minutes. Okay, this is good. Praetorian Guard over here will hold for ages, especially with support arrow fire from the flanks. This is what you need. Praetorian Guard do not really care for arrows being shot at them at any case. In point, the Evocati cohort are holding that. Now, the game is going really well, but as we were saying, like this map, it might be even a better idea to just defend this, defend here, and defend here, right? Because if you defend here, you'll be able to come and support this section quite easily. Why are these noble hordes doing here? This supports this high up area quite easily, and all of that you can give up. Because over here you're getting flanked from either side you try to defend. I mean, yes, you're getting your archers shooting into the flanks of these. I would shoot into the silver shield swordsman. They're a more valuable unit. Also, if you're an attacker, do not attack on one side. So you're four people, right? One, two, three, four. Or rather, one, two, three, four. Just attack from everywhere. I wouldn't suggest this area that much. Oh, the more chariots are being brought out. This is oof. The poor Seleucid player over here just bringing back everything in. His general's still running around and trying to stand his man. And look at the carnage. Look at the damage that was done. And now the heavy horse are out. This chariot did very well. Keep in mind this is being played on large unit, not ultra unit scale. So every unit has 40 men less with regards to the avocatico. For the infantry, archers have 30 men less, and cavalry have, I believe, 20 men less. So it does make a difference, and the kill count, a significant one. And so it's more impressive to have a certain amount of kills where you have less troops, of course, on the battlefield. But it also makes the game run better, so most people do like to play in large. And I honestly think large, it makes the game less ridiculous, because sometimes you can have this one unit of pikemen that holds on a horde, never-ending horde. Now the Shotel units are doing a very smart thing. Well, it would be smart if they managed to make it in time. They no. Well, they mostly did manage to make it in time. But what you could also do is prepare your Pila and charge the enemy. Because with chariots, the trick is Pila. Just throw Pila or javelins at them and they get demolished. They did get a few good kills on these Shotel warriors, unfortunately. They didn't get on top of the walls fast enough, but Arrow Fire will take care of that really quickly. Desert chariots are not that fantastic. I mean, they're nothing close to these super heavy chariots over here, which are basically four cataphract horses with the sights on the side. More of them are being brought forward, so that was a very good initial battle over here. It seems that the auxiliary cavalry is fighting the Gamma cavalry on this side. Did they manage to kill the ballista? It seems they might have actually killed the ballista and shattered it. Can we see them? Could be them, yeah. They could have killed the ballista. These Syrian archers, no, Gallic hunters have been picked off by these Syrian archers, and these Oathsworn are pushing. The Seleucids are also pushing forward. These archers over here have free pickings of these super elite units. This Praetorian Guard is struggling a bit. When I say struggling a bit, it is fighting two silver shield pikemen, two silver shield swordsmen, and it is still going to town. It is still holding its ground. It's killed more than the men, like 1-to-1 ratio kill. It's good. This heavy onager is getting broken. The Arveni is trying to save it, but it is routed, and these auxiliary cav are still in very good health, and they're being protected from the charge by the onager itself. Yep, they've shattered the heavy onager. That is fantastic. And yeah, the defense is holding insanely well. These guys are being rested because they were exhausted. They're fresh again. These chariots are just walking around. They're very proud of what they've done. It's like a Picasso of blood and gore. But yeah, as I was saying, these silver shield pikemen stand no chance. These archer fire from back here is just too much and kills so much. The Seleucids have lost way too much in this engagement out here and inside. Now, how do you counter a cavalry charge like that? Funnily enough, this is the best thing. Like new boxing, new box your troops. Don't try to catch the cavalry. You never catch the cavalry on foot unless you have cavalry. So what do? You spawn, or like when you make your army, always have at least one or two light cav on the side, like scouting, just giving you like let's say this distance you need to figure out. Now the thing about this Seleucid player, he did have that because he had his citizen cav back here. He saw the charge coming. He did not react in time. He did not settle his troops in time. Do not charge everything you have inside the settlement. Rather, what you do is pull back, form a square formation, put your pikes down. Cavalry will do nothing. Nothing at you. Now, that said, you can always leave it very open and just watch the carnage unfold. It seems the Kush is finally being pushed back. These desert cohort are very depleted though, and it doesn't seem that. Did we miss the? Oh, the elephant charge. The elephants have charged in and broken the Kush's flank on this side. However, they're going ballistic, and these Oathsworn are trying to do as much damage as they can. They're actually managing to kill these elephants, supported with that arrow fire from their ally, Celtic Bowman. So these elephants, unfortunately, these stick boys did not do much. However, the desert cohort are still carving a path through all of this carnage, and they're pushing through armored Shotel units. That is a bad idea. Do not ever throw heavily armored units at armored Shotel. You will simply die. Now, on this front, Rome is collapsing under the weight. I mean, I wouldn't say collapsing, actually. I shouldn't have said that word. I think it is finally being pushed back because Rome has made them pay in blood. I mean, this Praetorian Guard, almost 90 kills. It has 120 men left. Like, come on. And this one still has Pila, I imagine. Either that or it's been killing its own allies over here. These cohorts are doing very well. Rome has made the Seleucids pay dearly for every ounce they have taken. Now there are more archers up here with a lot of ammunition left. The Syrian archers have got 100 something kills, and the Eastern archers are ready. Celtic bowmen are ready. These guys do not stand a chance. Once they engage with them, Praetorian Guard, they're going to get shot in the back. This guy is still scared. This guy is still very scared. Oh, these Pontics cavalry, these heroes. Don't send them in. Let them live. Um, these sighted chariots have arrived and they're pulling back. Um, yeah, I mean, Pontus has played this part. Pontus has reserves. Yeah, I don't see the attack going that well, honestly, because the attackers are using the remainder of their reserves already, and it's already towards the end of the battle. And yep. I mean, Kush is pushing forward, and there's still Oathsworn left. There's a lot of hoplite walls left, lots of missile units, and 4 pikemen, as well as Praetorian Guard unit over there. Praetorian Guard unit itself is about 2 other units. Um, the Silver Shield Swordsman, unfortunately, did not manage to do anything, which is unfortunate. Again, do not clump up. The usual rules, guys. Come on, we know how to play this game now. Just I'm very upset with the Seleucids because the Silver Shield Swordsman is one of my favorite units. At the same time, my buddy, what have you done? You tried to. Oh, well, I say you tried to charge, but I think you've managed to do quite a few kills. That was a fresh unit over there. But yeah, fighting under this tower is a little bit dangerous. And there are Taurus Spears ready with their Spila over there protecting the back. Yeah, and this guy's not moving. This guy's just chilling back here. He's like, nope, I'm staying here. I mean, that's a good amount of reserves, but every attacker at this point should have this much reserves left. And they should just push in and start taking the cities one by one. I mean, don't get me wrong, they finally managed to break the Kush player over here, but at what cost? The Masseslyi player and so much of the Oathsworn were killed in taking out this gatehouse on that end and this wall breach here. And at the same time here as well, I mean, the Boiii held their ground and actually won the fight for the gate. These Praetorian Guard are pulling back and trying to help. These Afghan cohort are being assisted by the sword followers. So it doesn't seem that they will even break from this angle. The Oathsworn are charging Praetorian Guard. They're mortal enemies. But the Praetorian Guards, their discipline is just a bit too much for the Oathsworn to handle at this stage. Praetorian Guard are also engaged with Shield Bearer General of the Seleucids and more Silver Shield Swordsmen on this end. I would actually, if you have any pikemen left, I would bring the pikemen, throw them in there, because that's the one easy way of breaking through Praetorian Guard. Finally, this guy decides to move forward, and he's doing so as fast as he can inside the settlement. But, there are vultures about. Even though they are very, very tired vultures. Yeah, they're very exhausted vultures. So those vultures will cost the enemy a lot, especially once they push in slightly, getting a sense of a false sense of security. Where are these Eastern archers firing? You can wipe this unit out, possibly even come and kill these Taurus spears with your Praetorian Guard over there. At the very least, give them a break, because they have done their duty. These Praetorian Guard over here, what are they doing? They charged into the rear of this desert cohort. Now they pulled back. Oh, it seems Kush has brought in its our Royal Guard and its armored desert cavalry and is charging to the reserves. Well, if you could call them reserves of their Numidian allies. Well, they're usually allies. Today they're fighting. It seems that Masseslyi has been wiped out as well for the most part. They are very low on soldiers. I think this is all that's left, and a good rear charge into here would break them. These armored Chotal have held the line against all those desert cohorts, and also the desert cohorts. He should have sent a lot more units this way. He did. He did. He's engaged. So it's a little trick to do. Well, I do it sometimes on my stream, so you can see me there. So once you make them a column, like a really thin column, then press Shift or no, sorry Alt or Spacebar, and just push them through. Like this gap, you can charge them through without engaging anyone, and it ends up, surrounding the enemy. Yeah, just pull that through and rear charge this blob over here, because these guys are going to hold for a little while longer, especially with their general fighting here. Um, the sword followers over here have won. Yeah, it seems that the game is being wrapped up. Oh, and the rear charge. Oh, and another lovely rear charge. These guys got out of position. These Royal Peltas are emptying all their ammunition, but what they're not realizing it is they're getting a lot of friendly fire, and their Agenma cavalry is getting wrecked to no end. These chariots are running amok once more into the rear of all of these units. The 200 kills. We've missed this charge. 200 kills. Yeah, the cavalry of Pontus just ridiculously good. They've done so much damage. Now they're falling. Uh, they can fall and die in peace. They have done all they could. But hey, guess what? There's more. There's heavy horse out here ready to charge in response to any move that the Seleucid player does. This Ponticav. How many kills did this Ponticav do? 135. That was fantastic. The vulture struck again, it seems. And they actually did a lot of damage to these missile units over here. Taurus spears all got, and oh, those spike units got wrecked. Those spike units got wrecked. It seems the Praetorian Guards managed to break through the lines of the Silver-Shield Swordsmen over here, and is killing the giant ballista, which was do. It might have done a lot of friendly fire, it seems. But now the Praetorian Guard are not very happy, and they're just slaughtering down all the ballista crew. Any fire from up here? No fire. These Praetorian Guard units should come into the rear of these Syrian archers and wipe them off the map. Shameful display. Shameful, shameful, shameful. Finally, Masseslyi actually managed to survive that, even though they seemed that they might not. The Kush lost their general. Yeah, the Kush lost their general to that layout, and it seems that this is all Masseslyi has left. They lost this flank. There's noble horse ready to catch them unawares, but they have 2 units of depleted skirmishers, very depleted desert cohort over here. Maybe makes 1 unit in itself, and armored Numidian riders. What does Arveni have left? Arveni are down to their chosen spearmen over here. That's it. Arveni are almost out of the map. Oh, the Pontic general is on chariots. The Pontic general is on chariots, and he's looking for blood. And if he does manage to get through the rear, this is going to be a massacre of epic proportions. Especially if the cavalry, the armored Numidian riders have been peeled to death and despair. See, they're shooting their own men with their javelins. I mean, these Oathsworn are getting a bit too much love. But it seems the Masseslyi noticed and is charging that in. These guys are just looking outside the settlement. Oh, these silver shield swordsmen got caught up here because they broke on Idris. Yeah, you need to take those calculations into account when you're doing this kind of thing. Okay, the Praetorians have finally pulled back. These auxiliary Syrian archers are ready to support and sacrifice themselves, so the Praetorians, who have been killing so much, almost 200 kills, can pull back. Now the missile fire can start. I can't wait for this missile fire to start. Why are they engaging? No, pull back, pull back. You don't need to sacrifice them. Oh, then again, yeah, yeah. I don't know why you're retreating from this side. You could have retreated from this angle. And yep, as we said, we missed the initial charge, it seems, over here, but this guy has wrecked and has recovered. So much is happening everywhere, and Masseslyi is out as well. And this is pretty much game now because the Seleucids do not have nearly enough to deal with all that they're going to be facing very soon. Especially since the defenders hold the defensive advantage and the balance of power is so against the Masseslyi player. This general is looking to avenge his allies who died on the battlefield. The Silver Shield pikemen are not in formation for some reason or other. They do not have their pikes up, and that is going to cost them a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So the Silver Shield pikemen are getting wrecked. The sword followers from this end are getting surrounded and killed from either side. These Syrian archers tried to give enough time, but it seems it was not enough, and the society chariots are coming in. The heavy horse moved in a little bit closer, ready to break through this little gap here and charge in. And yeah, this was a fantastic game in terms of cavalry. Again, cavalry is becoming more and more noticeable in the meta, and it's just fun to see how they use it. These spear nobles, yep, no, no, it's just nothing. This poor general, though, has suffered a lot of damage and is getting damaged heavily, but at the same time, the chariots are just, oh my god, those Syrian archers. 200 kills. Come on, you can get 200 kills. Yep, definitely. Just charging through. Just don't mind me. Just walking by, and they're now retreating. But 260 kills, 70 kills. Oof, 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 oof. And they're rear charging again into these Taurus spears. This general is dead, shattered. Oh, 300 kills. But since he's shattered, yep, he's still running through the enemy. 300 kills on that general, and it has done like it. The last reserves of the Syrian archers, the Seleucids are gone. Now the missile fire has started in earnest. Finally, I've been expecting it. We've been expecting you, and these Taurus spears are gonna get ripped to shreds. I believe the Boiii should pull back, and they are doing so. Not that they have much to pull back on this angle over here. These castle gates are not in a position to fire, but army losses should be triggered any moment now. I think both generals are dead, and they are surrounded. Yep, in fact, army loss penalties are being felt. The morale is very, very much not in their favor. The Star Spears are breaking, and it is going to be a GG very soon. This was by no means a close game. By no means, but it also is nice to see a very well executed plan, and that's what this was. This charge out here worked amazingly well. This battle over here also did intense damage. I believe Pontus actually did a really lot of damage. Even though they did not hold the walls, they have done so much damage outside the walls that they paid for themselves. And the Roman player over here did just fantastic holding that horde of Silver Shield Swordsmen, because that was a lot of Silver Shield Swordsmen. But then that goes to show one thing, a really important thing. No matter how good your unit is, if it does not have support, it's useless. And this is all that this is about. It's about support, it's about structuring your units in the proper way, it's about getting the right unit types and compositions. Okay, with that said, it's in the last minute of the game. The Seleucid players should be breaking. Yeah, the heavy horse is coming into the city as well. They're charging in, and a rear charge would break everything. I would just charge everything out at this point. There's no point in holding much longer. These Syrian archers, they barely got any kills. These ones didn't even get kills. They're broken. Syrian archers fighting Syrian archers in close combat. Drill Peltas rear charged off here. Um, uh, yeah, there is not much you can do. These Royal Peltas shot in the flank. They're the only unit that's in full health for the attackers, and not anymore. They're losing decisively. They're shaken. There's army loss penalty has been inflicted. This cavalry charge has broken through, and I believe that is all. Game over. Okay, fantastic. Now, let's end the replay. Let's see the unit kills. I'm very surprised that Pontus did not get any more kills, but look at that. Look at that KDA. 300 losses, 1,500 kills. These chariots. These guys were killed early, but these guys. Oof. And most of his army didn't even engage. Like he still had half of his army alive. Fantastic use of that. Let's watch a 0 hour did. 0 hour for Kush didn't do that well. Kush tends to do much better than that. They can get easily 2,000 kills even in this scenario. They can wipe out an entire army. So a bit underwhelming, but then again, they were being flanked from two sides. They were holding a very vulnerable position. Benjamin van Antina, with his army of Oathsworn that was left, and had all his horse, noble horse and heavy horse left. Um, it seems he had also a lot of ammunition left as well. He lost his sword followers, but he did very well. He got almost the most kills in the game, if not for the true Romans. Legido, again, just speechless. Lovely. True Roman, you still had three Praetorian Guard. Okay, there was a lot of funds in this game. There were a lot of funds. Three entire Roman units and so much Avogati cohort. No wonder you could hold. But these two over here did so much work. And this guy, these Praetorian Guard were fighting almost all game. They actually got three chevrons. Actually, what? Yeah, exactly. They got three chevrons and they barely lost anything. So the Arveni, I don't know, man. He had so much Oathsworn and so much. How could you lose so much? Doesn't make sense. The Seleucid player over here, I believe this one is the one that actually made it inside the settlement, but still, their kills were abysmal. Killer Ruhe, he was the MVP of the enemy team, the attacking team. He did a lot of damage, especially with his chariots, but unfortunately, his elephants did not live up to the task, and most of the desert cohort were mismatched against the 0 hours Kushite warriors. Foxy Andres, I'm so sorry for you, man, but oof, that did not go well for you. I mean, your Silvershield swordsman did well, but your army got wrecked outside the settlement. Next time, just throw in your Thorax swordsman and keep your Silvershield swordsman outside. Support your archers because you will need them later on in the game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you do enjoy this content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, say something, tell me what you want to see. I will try to recreate it from scratch. And once again, thanks for watching. Hope you have a lovely day wherever you are, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.